Okay, we're going to do a channeling here and connect to extraterrestrials or whatever it might be we should connect with. So it's going to be a sad process here. The best place of the park is not many people are around in this area, so it's the bird area, you can say. Okay, here we go. Much love, and here we go. Greetings, this is I Am, blessings, Arcturian race. I want to say thank you for connecting with us once again, allowing us to connect to your energies, while your energies and our energies combine themselves into more of a peaceful provenance of understanding of each other. You see these flamingos in your background. Soon, eventually, you'll see the world through their eyes, through your animal's eyes, their more spiritual looking glass. At this time, you do not have that because of the upbringings you've had in this society that has pulled you away from our connections. Yes, you've been disconnected from us for some time, and now you're being reconnected at this moment. Also, with the tree people, the grass, everything here, you will see it from their point of view eventually, when your energies eventually become back to more of a spiritual awakening process. And we do understand it's quite difficult for many to go into that process. It's quite difficult for many to fully understand that type of point of view. When you've been in this human form for such a long time, you forget you are so much more than what you will see in your mirror. Moment. Yes, you see this grass here, you see these trees. This grass also has a consciousness. It connects to you daily. It is there as an energy portal to ground you, but also to enlighten you also, to connect to the roots of Mother Earth. Those are the roots to Mother Earth. And notice how it's all leaf. So you say the blood of Mother Earth is its grass and its trees, and also its living seeds. But you also are part of the blood of humanity also. Well, yes, that is true actually. You are the blood of humanity, but also the blood of your earth. Everything is. You just have to become more aware of it. World awakenings, yes, quite difficult, isn't it? When you see these flowers, these roses, you do not realize how connected you truly are to all things, breathing their air, but yes, also seeing the world from their point of view, seeing God more clearly, but also seeing yourself, yes, as a more galactic being, but more as an extraterrestrial being with more a self-identity in this place. Your footprint is here on this world. Many beings find it very difficult to connect to a world of this that is this dense, that is this rough around the edges. Against many galactic, one moment. That is against many galactic ways of looking at life. Yes, the hardships are all here, but are hardships that are quite needed for your soul expansion, to advance oneself, is to be around all this negativity. But many souls that wish not to be part of this, and many of them are channeling through different beings at this time. They're not ready for this incarnation on the world like this, of this much dense energy. They'd much rather communicate through messages instead of incarnations. But the hardships here are much needed for expanding of one's soul, of what you are, what you would do in these certain circumstances with all these challenges around you. We have many challenges in our existence, but nothing like what you have here. where the forces are that so you feel like you are underwater and not be able to breathe. That's pretty much in this environment. One moment. But your galactic identity is coming through slowly to certain individuals. It's because it's another way of saying goodbye to this reality also. As you become more, so those that are not becoming aware of their galactic identities have much to do on this reality. So those are seeing the ones that are no longer have an incarnation on this world. As you become more, it's just like you come here as a galactic being, you leave here as a galactic being. Does that make sense to you? Meaning your incarnation, your first incarnations on this planet. You came here, yes, to Atlantis or other places in your history, and reincarnated many times. Not realizing you're a galactic being. Some already realized to a certain extent. Most did not. For good reason. It was not needed to be known. But now you become more known. Now many of you are on your last lives here. Now you realize you are from Jupiter, Pluto, etc. This is a joke. Then you are from Jupiter and Pluto. You become more well known to that. Your identity within the galactic world will be embedded within you, but now it's being sprouted out like trees growing, like grass growing. It's just what you are. These are just one step at a time. The details aren't fully needed to be known. When they need to be known, they will be known. But many do have much to do in this incarnation, but also much as they are slowly slipping away from this reality into more of their galactic realities. And this channeling and other channelings are an indication. When you begin to channel also, you are already channeling in your own way. You're channeling your other selves, your other aspects as a form of channeling. One moment, there's much activity here. We will leave you be for some other time. I want to give you a quick galactic message. Embrace your sunlight. Embrace the sunlight. There's so much more in your skies than you would ever realize. The more you realize what's around the sun, in different dimensions, your skies has different dimensions that you can easily see through. Here it's a little bit difficult, but in your skies things become a little bit more thinner. This is why you see our ships. Greetings, this is Nathaniel, the tall blondes, Nordics, blessings. Yes, your animal kingdom is you. As you become disconnected from it, understand even during your ancient times, you're connected more to your animal species than you are now. Your human civilization has disconnected you from your alien heritage as for connecting to your wildlife. Your cow is part of, yes, the Hathors. Your cow actually plays a big part in your evolution. As you're aware, you do consume many cows in your reality, but they wish to be a part of that reality, to be part of the human experience. You do have cow DNA, not known in your human formation as for knowledge, but it is there. But as for your cow connections, it's actually very deep. They're there to keep your human species alive, as many chose to go in that direction. And the cow species wish to be a part of your, yes, there is a cow alien. I believe it's been channeled through Alvin at one time. You will realize this as you're close connected you are to this cow energy. As a part of your population expansion that many do on your world feel very comfortable eating cow meat. That would become more understandable over time. You're a gorilla. And many of the beings on your Earth, as for animal form, come from another universe. You're a gorilla. Yes, you're a space gorilla. Galactic gorillas have their own universe where they dominate, where they have had many issues similar to yours, so they find this incarnation on your world very fascinating at this time. Of course, many are still finding it very difficult to connect with that because you're not ready. But those that are ready, you will realize more how connected you are to your animal kingdom. Your gorilla plays a large part, as you are not too much different in form and figure, not hard. One moment. These energies will come through more clearly as your galactic origins. As you become more spiritually mature, the maturity levels on your world is still very low at this time. One thing about your governments, they are known well of your animal heritage to a certain extent. Actually, as you can tell, they keep very good control over them. As for DNA, they're given many vitamins that cause illness to them because they use the animals to control you to a certain extent as for what is being put in their bodies, because you consume them, so they know a way of keeping your vibration low. Those that are not aware of these energies, as for galactic energies that call this unreal, are usually the ones under this type of control. One moment. Because their government systems are there to keep you at a low vibration. One moment. One moment. Seeing it down low. One moment. As you tell, your society is still in infancy at this time as for connecting to galactic energies. Over the next 10 years, we do see a gradual shift as for our energies going into more your humanoid reality as you become more known that we exist. 10 years. Yes. Many are still, as you can tell, can't even get to their own lives or get out the door of their own house without having a lot of conflict. This is why we cannot connect to your society. There's too much conflict down your world for us to connect. But don't think we have not seen this before. We have. Especially with your gorilla species, they've seen a lot more than yours. Realize your Planet of the Apes isn't too far from their realities. Your gorilla species have done what you've done and far more. Your human is still figuring itself out. As for this, yes, you realize it's Palladian, there's Syrian, but your human form here is very much like the gorilla species as for going to negativity. Because many have gone to many negative forms, and you are just continuing that is all. We'll leave you with this. We will connect to you again some other time. In the splash zone. Okay, alright, we're gonna do another connection. Connected to the gorilla species. I've connected them before, but this is, I believe I have. It's been a while, but this is gonna be a lot different than what I'm used to. Now I have more understanding of them, it's a lot easier to connect to them. And hopefully this is recording well. This whole thing, I got stuck, my phone got stuck, but it should be okay. That was hilarious. Okay, alright, let's go for it right now. 3. I am Wallace. Let me tell you something. Your reptilians are The reptilians are no match for us. We've defeated them on many worlds, and we will continue to do so. Our society, yes, we are not connecting to humans that often are. Their channeling is quite an improvement. That means that you are coming a little bit closer to connecting to your animal roots. Your animal kingdom roots, we can say. Your understanding of us is still not quite clear now, isn't it? Our society, yes, you are very primitive compared to our race, but does that mean that you are primitive forever? Just at this time as you're going through a warning, we've had our moments also. We've destroyed worlds, we have created them, and when yours have brought assistance to it, that's your formation. Realize we are a race that many species do not mess with. But for you, we give you insight to our world, where we are very loving and kind, and can give you insight to things that other species aren't fully aware of, such as the many temples across your world are connected to our energies. Even your pyramids are connected to us also. Your feline is a friend of ours. Your feline has also learned much from us also. All of us, we all learn together. This is why, just like in your species, you are learning together, but still having trouble getting along, which is very galactic of you, because we have that issue also. That our race will become more clear to you. We could call this an introduction, but our ships are in the skies. But we stay silent to you. We are more of a sixth density being at this time, but we have been in your place many times. And we've had worlds that are fun, probably worse than yours also. You call this world difficult. Try an ape world where it's survival is war. Is to be in war constantly. It's not a incarnation. One moment. It's not an incarnation that is easy for your human society to fully understand. Well, you've had that part of your society as for war, but realize your wars are nothing compared to ours. Because we use heavy technologies that cause many casualties. At this time your world is off limits for our connection class, for our channeling, we're allowed to connect. And this does advance your awareness of us very much. The way you breed is of understanding, but there's an easier way to breed, to feed yourself. There's an easier way of feeding yourself without having the toxins in your body as you do. Many things can be easy. Social injustice you have among each other, the wars you have among each other. We have been there hundreds of times, millions of times, vastly worse than yours. So this is nothing. Your world and its problems is no big deal to us. But yes, we're not exactly of. Come through. Yes, a primitive race coming through. And also those that are against our energies, that do not believe that we are being channeled here, realize how malevolent many of those beings are. Yes, it's understandable of skepticism. That is one thing. But using a negativity of malevolence against these channelings is showing how malevolent these beings truly are. They're just reflecting themselves. And trust me, we have seen this over and over again. This is nothing compared to what we have seen. In our societies, we do have structures, but nothing like yours. In our well-being, we find your ways opposite of ours. Your togetherness is not very good. But we have had that issue many times over and over. Our ape worlds have a more, our gorilla worlds, I should say, have a primitive air to them, but advanced understanding. Without going into the complexities that you do of this, yes, air conditioning, we do not need these things. We are moved our world's vibration up to a certain degree. We do not need air conditioning. Where it is always cool, it's always comfortable. But we do realize these incarnations as ape, as other beings, it is essential for your soul expansion. Why not? Why not try something new? Sitting around the other side, knowing everything's one thing. But coming into an incarnation where you get your hands dirty and you grow some fur on your back, that's a real incarnation. That's a real experience. Sitting on the other side, think you know everything, which they do. It's nothing compared to coming into an incarnation where you get everything thrown at you and your whole patience, everything about you is tested until you lose your mind. That is quite an achievement. Surviving an existence like this is a great achievement. So you being here is no mistake, but it's also the privilege of being this stressed out, but also relieving that stress so you can find happiness within yourself. I'll leave you be. Much fun. Thank you for connecting with us.